Hello, and welcome back to the Barrett channel for a brand new video with myself, Ollie. Now, I just want to say first off, straight off the bat, a Merry Christmas to you all, and I hope this video is seen by you before Christmas Day, otherwise that statement is going to sound a bit silly, because right now it is the 23rd. Yeah, that's right, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. This is going to be the third Christmas I've spent in China in a row, and you know, I do really wish we could have got home for this Christmas. You know, this is kind of, doesn't really feel too Christmassy in China. And, you know, we just got to deal with the situation we're in. It's still about 19 degrees here, although I've still got a coat on because I'm kind of climatized to the hot weather now. And yeah, you know, obviously not that many people here celebrate Christmas, so it doesn't feel too Christmassy. However, one of the reasons anyway, that we're not able to go back to celebrate is because of this new Omicron COVID variant, which I'm sure you've heard about unless you've been living under a rock. It's funny, you know, so many people, when one of these new variants comes out, like the Delta variant or the Omicron variant, so many people want to say like, oh yeah, this is definitely widespread throughout China, and they're just lying about the numbers and blah, 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 and there must be loads of people sick and they're just trying to cover it up. I mean, I'm here on the ground and, you know, right now I'm walking around without a mask. I mean, I am outside in a big shopping area, but, you know, if you're outside, there's no need to wear a mask because it's pretty safe here, and it has been since the initial outbreak. I've said that on the channel before, and I'll say it again. Now, I went to Nanjing recently in the east of China, and a couple of days ago I went to Guangzhou, and it's a pain in the ass to travel around China at the moment. It really is, you know, and I'm not complaining about that. It might sound like I am, but I would much rather that than go outside every day and live in fear of getting COVID, you know. You know, some people have had it twice, you know, they've had the first round of it and then they've had a variant of it, and it's just mad. You never know what's going to happen to them in the future, what kind of health conditions they might come down with. But the reason I say it's a pain in the ass to travel in China at the moment, literally when I went to these two different cities, I've had to have like 4 tests, you know, going there and coming back. So I went to Nanjing, right? I have to take a flight there. I had to take a test before I went there. I had to take a test when I arrived, and exactly the same on the way back. So I had 4 tests in about 3 days, which, you know, some would say is a little bit overkill. But at the moment, it's the response of the COVID outbreaks in China, which is just like a few cases, you know. I'm literally talking not even triple digit cases, just like a few cases. The response China has to that is bigger than the response of most other countries around the world when they have hundreds of thousands of cases. And it just shows you how seriously China really take it. And you know, that's the reason I'm outside here without a mask. You know, people wear masks indoors and, you know, on the metro and stuff like that. And it's good, it's groovy. The only, you know, sucky part about it is it does take some time, you know, to get tested here and there. I'm going to show you video on the screen right now of when I came back from Guangzhou yesterday. They funnel you through a testing station in the train station. So they're doing that in the airport and the train station. And to be honest, it literally takes like maybe an extra 10 minutes realistically. And, you know, it's so efficient. They're testing one person every like 10 seconds. And you just walk through, get a test, Bob's your uncle, you're out. And you get the results on your QR code on your phone, like 4 hours later, saying 48 hours negative result, unless you're positive, of course. And then they will definitely be giving you a call. People will be quarantined, and they will use the QR code to track and trace all the people that they've been near to tell them to quarantine as well. So, you know, they're kind of hot on it here, and that's the way it needs to be when it spreads like wildfire. I tell you, this last couple of years has been really eye-opening for me in particular. Hold on, I'm walking past the police station here. I bet some of you watching are probably going to think he's going to rush out and arrest me. Or you might think this is pre-planned and, you know, I've told him not to arrest me because this video is going up on YouTube. But any other time he'd be locking me up in prison for filming. Anyway. Now, those of you who have been watching the videos for like a couple of years have probably gotten to know me and the fact that I like to think about things on kind of a philosophical, psychological level. And if I'm honest, the last 2 years have really taught me a lot about people and about society. One of the most profound realizations that I've had is that everyone has their own version of reality. And I just find it crazy that, you know, even having conversations with my friends at home, you know, I mentioned something about not agreeing with COVID passports that's now happening in the UK. And one of my friends responded, he was kind of half joking, but he was definitely half serious as well. He responded saying, well, you know, you shouldn't be saying that, Ollie. It came from the country that you're in. And kind of excusing the COVID passports because the narrative has been so powerful in the West at pushing this ideology that everything is China's fault. That it doesn't matter what's happening in their own country now, you can just blame it on China. And it's just so unbelievable and so fascinating to me that when someone is on the other side of the fence and has different experiences, they can have such a different perception of reality. We're both living in the same world, but we're being fed all different information. Many people are so married to their beliefs, you know. It's almost like you can't tell them, you can't show them any evidence or provide any other point of view that they're going to say, you know what, you know, that's something worth thinking about, and, you know, until I've got all the facts, I might keep my mind open about it, you know. But it seems people have made their mind up now about China, and no matter what China does, it's wrong, it's bad, it's malicious. And it's just a real shame, you know. I can only imagine what it must feel like to be like a Chinese citizen living abroad, or even a Chinese citizen here who knows that this is what the narrative is like abroad. It must be really frustrating, and I understand why it enhances patriotism, because if you feel like another group is being unjust and they're clubbing together against you, it only makes sense as a human being, our DNA, to be a part of a community that would enhance patriotism in your own country, because you guys know that what they're saying is not right, so you're going to club together and fight against that. And then from a Western point of view, a lot of them will think because Chinese people are getting patriotic, that means that they're brainwashed. There's no way of winning. There's literally no way of winning. And that's why there are a lot of people who thank me and my dad for putting out these videos, because they know that if it comes from their mouth, they'll just get labeled as being brainwashed. Anyway, that thought has just come to my head. I didn't even plan this video, but you know, sometimes thoughts just come to my head and I want to rattle off what I'm thinking to you. Anyway, guys, I don't want this video to get too long. It did just get a little bit deep there. I didn't expect that. But anyway, I really do hope you have a nice Christmas. You know, if you do celebrate it, get out, have some drinks, have yourself a merry old time. I know I will be. I'll be getting a bit wonky. I'll be drinking some Baileys, which is my Christmas drink of choice. But anyway, hope you all have a fantastic time. Eat some nice food, and we will see you on the other side of Christmas, heading towards 2022. For now, take care.